Yo. Good evening. It's your boy Chicken George. We on Wednesday Night Heat. A few topics to go over tonight. I ain't gonna hold y'all long. Got the NBA playoffs. Got some games that went on tonight. Knicks and the Sixers and the T-Wolves and the Spurs, man. Knicks got the win, going up 2-0. My boys got killed tonight. Tying up the series 1-1. Shit happens, man. You feel me? It is what it is. We ain't gonna cry about it. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into a little bit into these other games coming on tomorrow. See what y'all think about those, and give my little 2 cents, and then I'm gonna let y'all skip ahead. Okay, we back, man. Thank y'all again for joining us. We're gonna go into a little bit of these playoff games tonight. The Knicks wound up finishing off the Knicks wound up knocking off the Sixers, so they up 2-0. They was able to finish it 108-102. It was a pretty good game throughout, up and down, back and forth. No Embiid, so for them to play like this without Embiid, they could have played better, but wound up losing by 6. I mean, shit, the sky's the limit. Like I was saying, I went on record last week on Superstars of Sports. I said that I see the Sixers getting to the Super Bowl pretty much. They can get to the chip if they can, find a way to get at least Embiid 4 games. All he got to win is 4 games. So he can take some games off. He can take the first 2 games off. If he played 4 of the next 5, hey, I like them. So this takes them to 0-2, right? You don't want to be 0-2, and it's hard to come back from 0-2, but then they going home. So they got 2, they going home with 2. So, So I just think that, if Embiid comes back, this is a different series. Like I said, I like Cat to win the matchup, but really, Cat gonna have to do a whole lot when Embiid come. When Embiid come, he trying to go get 30. Cat don't mind getting 25 sometimes, 40 this week, this day. He don't mind getting 17, so he don't mind that. Embiid can't do that. Embiid gotta go get 30. Embiid gotta go get 35, maybe 40, for them to win. Like just to be, because he need to have his rhythm for late in the game. He gonna be pounding. Then he just gonna demand the ball a lot. When they throw it down to him, the offense flow a little better. They throw it down to him, they get the doubling and moving around, and people get to get wide open shots. Maxey, VJ, PG, they get to get open shots. So that's the name of the game. Make it easier for us to get open shots. Everything that they was doing today, they was forcing. It was tough. They played them harder. To this game to New York, and who's to say how it's gonna go next game, right? Game 3 is Friday, so we'll see. Maxey did his thing, 26, but it wasn't enough. 26 and 6. PG had 19. Oubre 19. VJ 17 and 5. So the boys played. Like I said, it was a good game, 108-102, but they gonna need a little bit more, man. They gonna need that big fella, man. With their big fella, do they go over the hump? Can he get them 6 more? They busted their ass game 1. Can we get them 6 more? They started busting their ass, but I can see it being a different turnaround with Embiid. Like I said, I see them boys going all the way. I just feel like they got so many weapons. Now, the Knicks, in their defense, everybody played well. Like, scoring-wise, they played, they could have did better a little bit with with like Bridges and those guys, but Bridges had 18 and 5, Anunoby 24 and 5, Cat 20 and 10 and 7. So he gonna have to improve that when Embiid come back. It's gonna have to be 30, 10 and 10. but that's putting a lot of pressure on them. So, I thought that it would be a lot tighter with the way that the Sixers played, that game 7 against the Celtics. But, they probably was a little worn down, probably was a little tired from that tough, that battle. When the Knicks, they had a little rest, you feel me? They knocked off CJ McCollum and them 4-2, so, maybe they was a little tired. But like I said, they got a whole nother day. The game ain't nothing until Friday, so they got a little bit of rest, get some work in, and, maybe they'll be back stronger. I don't see them going down 3-0. If they do, I don't know what's going to happen. But like I said, they planning the way how they play it for these, these player managements. As long as he play 4 games of series, think about it. He don't need to play 5 games. If you play 4 games of series, then they still have a chance to win. And that's crazy to think about that. But that's real. They going to win. They got to win 4 games. So why do he need to play all these other games? I mean, as much as I don't like it, this sounds like it works in this situation. So, hopefully Embiid can get healthy and get back because we want to see him out there, man. It's just a more competitive situation when he's out there. We don't like to see no blowouts in the playoffs. This wasn't a blowout, but it was a point where it almost got away from him. But just like we know it's going to be runs, 10-2 run, a 15-3 run, like that's the NBA. Like, so if you ever see a blowout, you might go do something else, come back, and it might be a close game. So it is what it is. Brunson, 25-6, 26-6. Shorty tough, man, but I thought that they would have find a way to neutralize them a little better. But, not to really say they can't, but they ain't really defending right now. Like, I think they should be probably putting PJ on them or Oubre on Brunson, just to have that longer defender. But it just early on, they don't feel like they need to do that yet. Maybe they will when they get closer to the 7-game, 6-game. They'll tighten up a little bit, but they need to do something Friday. They need to do something. This one ain't like, 18 turnovers to 13. So, they could have played better. Sixers. Like I said, they still my pick to go to the chip. I just think for far as the teams in the East, they got the most weapons. They got a great big man that's hard to stop. They got a good point guard, and they got some good surrounding pieces. They got a veteran in PG that if they get all the way to the chip, then he can just take over. Even though they got Embiid, sometimes he does take over, and then sometimes he get into his joker bag. But I just think if he really hurt like he's saying, then they're gonna have to lean on somebody else when it really come crunch time. Moving on to this other game, we gotta talk about it because it's on the night. But my boys, man, they ain't give out much effort tonight. Got their ass bust. Them boys was all over the place, but it ain't nothing that I ain't know. We had to come steal the game. We stole game 1. Whether it's game 1 or game 2, we still stole one. Then we coming back to the crib Friday. So, yeah, we got our ass bust, 38, 40 points. It's cool. We'll take it. We're going to take it. We're going to eat that. Everybody played well. Everybody played well over there, right? Where's the one the same for us? Nobody cracked the 13-point mark. We got 12 and 5, Randall, 12 McDaniel, 12 Shannon, 12 Reed, 11 Nas, Antman 12. So come on, man. We ain't played good tonight. Them boys was all over us. Give them a round of applause. They did that thing tonight. We can't take nothing from them. But, we ain't come to play. They had to play that way. They had the urgency. Guess what? We going back home. We going back home now. We going back home. We ain't gonna cry. We ain't gonna pout. We gonna get back on the bus and we gonna take our ass home and we gonna be ready for game 3. Right? Game 3 at home. We got 2 games straight at home. Y'all, let me just tell y'all something if y'all don't know. My boys were undefeated this year at home. We don't talk about it enough. Undefeated. We got 42 games. They got 41, 42 games at home. Come on. Cut it out. 40 games. Nobody ain't beat us. I mean, we put that on our back this year. So, my boys, man, they something special, man. I know we talk about all these other guys, and it's like we kind of gloss on. Like we started in a way like a little bit disrespect my man Antman. And the way we started disrespecting him, like, and we started to disrespect athletes a little too much these days. Like, yo, listen, man, the GOAT didn't win one to the 7th year, right? They was grumbles about him. He can't win one. He just like to score only. He's selfish. He this and that. But you gotta give niggas some time, man. Give niggas some time to grow into their own. Like, these are the type of guys, like an Antman type. Like, he got the in a way he got the Jordan DNA in a way. Like, and when I say that, he don't have a team that he had to go through like the Pistons, right? But that team may be brewing, right? With the OKC in them. We get past these guys, we gonna see OKC in them. Now, we always have a tough fight to go to that round, right? We had it last year, the last 2 years. We had a tough fight before we got into the loss. We had a tough battle over the Joker and them. The last 2 seasons, we had a tough battle to get to the Western Conference Finals that we lost. We was tired, we was beat up. We lost to Kyrie in the first year after we beat the Joker. Then we lost to OKC in them last year after we beat the Joker. So it's like, you know, it's brewing that we, you know, like I said, this little disrespects I see around, you know, online sometimes about what Antman can't do, what he won't. Listen, man, he growing into it, man. He understanding it, he learning it, he's soaking it all up. And you give him a year or two, man, he gonna be the best player in the league, 100% hands down. They're gonna be winning chips, but it's still some stuff that he's figuring out, you know. So I mean, I'm happy to see the progress of the young star. I think he leading the boys. I think he got another wingman to rock with him for years to come with Jay McDaniels, and he telling the organization, I love Jay McDaniels. So that pretty much means Jay McDaniels is probably like untouchable. So if he can be there 10, 20 years with Antman, they're gonna be doing some winning. Jay McDaniels ain't got no fear. What he tell you? We gonna go guard these niggas. They can't guard. They can't do this. We gonna slap them, and that's old school shit. That's what we know. That's what we like. So T-Will's gonna be all right, man. They gonna be all right. They might not even win it this year. Like, hopefully they do. But Antman going through this injury. OKC playing like they playing. We just got an injury with DiVincenzo. So it's like, you know, I'm with my boys all day, but you know, this shit ain't easy, man. It ain't easy to win championships. For anybody that ever won a chip, you know, like, that shit ain't easy. Like, unless you was, I don't know, I can't think of nobody who had an easy win to the chip other than, like, I don't want to say LeBron in the bubble, but that shit was phony. But, I mean, it ain't too many times where you win the championship and it's just a hayride. Like, this shit gonna have some bumpy rides and have some turbulence. You feel me? And that's what you want. You wanted to be tough on your way to the chip. You want to be those SOBs, man, on the way to the chip, man. That was hard to beat. That was tough. That was defending you hard. That the fans was obnoxious. Like, throwing tomatoes and shit on the court. Like, that's what you want. That's a battle. Like, yo, that's what we losing that in sports a little bit. Like, when we pamper too much to some of the things. Like, some of the propaganda and shit that go on about the game, we can lose. You feel me? You know, we can lose the flopping. You know, we can lose the player management shit. Like, if a nigga hurt, let him be hurt, my nigga. Be hurt, yo. Just go be hurt and go get well and then come back. Don't be hurt, then you off, then you on, then you off. You play 40 games. Come on, my nigga. If you hurt, be hurt. If you not, come play. You feel me? We ain't got all that. Like, that shit make this shit watery. But, you know, we don't have that type of situation. Antman probably still supposed to be out. He worked his way back. He trained, and he just telling himself he gonna play. He probably hurt. You see some of the plays he coming up the court. He get a rebound or he do a move and he, you know, bite his tongue. You know, he grimacing. You know, we can see the pain. We can see the anguish in him, right? But that's the heart. That's the heart. I see heart in him too. Like, we could quit. That nigga can quit. But he gonna tough it out because he want to be there for his team. And he one of them ones, man. He one of them ones like we know him to be. Like, he ain't got a chip yet. There's a lot of niggas that ain't got a chip. There's niggas that got chips that they saying phony. Like a nigga like KD. KD got chips. Niggas say, oh yeah, he phony. If he ain't do this, he ain't do this. If he wouldn't have did this, that wouldn't have happened. If that ain't this and that ain't that. Nigga like Draymond got chips. They said, well, he got chips, but he phony. He ain't do nothing. He on that team. He only got it because he was with them. You know, what is it? What is it? What's y'all criteria of what y'all want to be? Everybody not gonna do it like Mike, yo. Listen, everybody not gonna do it like Mike. That's what make yo the GOAT, the greatest ever. Like, yeah, you can hold your standard to yo, but you ain't gonna do it the way he did it. You just can't do it the way he did it. You gotta go a different route. You gotta go a Kobe route. You gotta say, I'm gonna do it through these obstacles, and this is what it's gonna be. Kobe was so determined to get a chip that when he didn't have Shaq, because he knew that niggas was gonna say ABC about him. These other niggas, they probably got the same pressure, but they don't got the balls to say it. Like KD probably got that pressure that, man, he wasn't gonna win it again without Steph and them. But will he say that? Because him saying that only brings more pressure, right? It only brings more pressure when he say that. Like, listen, my nigga, I wasn't a Kobe fan, but me knowing that Kobe was getting toward the end, and then me knowing that Kobe made it his goal to go win it without Shaq, to get one more up on Shaq, I'm like, you know what? I fuck with that. I fuck with that. Like, because that's a goal. Like, we set these goals in life, my nigga, your plan is to accomplish them. Like, you feel me? You try to get your license. You need to accomplish that. You set to get your license in 6 months, but then now, here it is, 10 months, 2, 3, 4 years, you still trying to get hacks. You still asking niggas for rides. You know niggas being petty. Nigga, I mean, you feel like a nigga being petty, but a nigga got shit to do. But if you would have passed your shit, then you'll be all right. Now you like, man, fuck, I'm mad at niggas. I'm this, I'm that. No. Put some more pressure on yourself. Tell everybody again, look, I'm getting my shit in 6 months. So when the 7th month come, it'll be one of them niggas that, man, yo ain't got this shit. Somebody gonna out loud you. Man, I thought you was getting your shit, man. You're bluffing ass, and then you're gonna go work harder. And work harder, because that's what they do in sports. These niggas get ridiculed every day on ESPN. And they gotta work through it, and they gotta work through it, and they gotta work through it. So, you know, when we say, you know, Antman ain't this, Antman ain't that, all right, cool. I think Antman the type that'll put that shit on his back and be like, all right, let me go work. Like, if you look at it, the last 2 years, Shorty didn't just set accomplishments, accomplishing goals that we didn't even really pay attention to. Last year, he went and won the three-point contest. I mean, for the league. He had the highest amount of 3 points. He set out to do that the year before. He wasn't that good of a three-point shooter. This year, the team set out for the goal to go be undefeated. That's a goal. You gotta think about that. You don't just pop up on that like, oh, look, damn, you know what? We ain't losing at home yet. No, that's a goal. Maybe the second game, maybe the first game, they can say, yo, we're gonna be undefeated at home. All right? And it's like, all right. That's leadership, my nigga. So don't trip, my nigga. Antman gonna be y'all. Y'all niggas can be on his back if y'all want. Sure, they gonna figure that shit out, man. So, like I said, they got us tonight. You know, shit happens, man. You know, it's a series. I thought it would be 5. Maybe it might go to 7. This might be a 7-game series. Seeing as though how they played tonight, they came out with that fire. They come with every game. This gonna be a motherfucking series. Because you know we coming with it, nigga. We about to be home 2 games. You know we coming with it. And we can't let them steal. But, you know, that's how this shit go, man. They might steal it back. It's cool. We ain't tripping. And then, you know, we ain't scared to be on the road. We ain't scared to be on the road. The last 2 years, we done run this shit on the road. We ain't never had a home field. We won against Denver on the road twice. Come on, cut it out. Only time we had the home field, I think, against the Lakers. Knocked them off, swept them last year. Come on, man. Cut it out, man. Come on, man. My man got bodies on his resume. Joker, KD, LeBron. Come on, cut it out. Who else? Who else he knocked off? Come on, we gotta get Shea. We gotta put Shea up on the mantle, man. You see how my man up here? We gotta put Shea up on there, man. Sure enough, man. So moving into these games tomorrow, the Pistons and the Cavs and the Lakers and the Thunder. I hope, man, that the Cavs get it together, man. Like, ain't like I'm a Cavs fan all that much, but that Spider and Harden combination, it can work, I think, but I think really the Spider got to take over for real. Because I just don't feel like, I don't know, like, you know, when they say this, this bullshit about my man Harden, about what he don't do. He don't go get the, he don't go do his thing in those tough moments. I don't know if I'm believing it or not. It's like, not saying I believe in it, not saying I'm leaning on that side because it'd be like job disrespectful. It's just like, I don't know, maybe he don't be as motivated in those times. Like, and I don't know how you wouldn't be. Game one, I wouldn't say he wasn't motivated. He did what he could do. They came out, they was talking shit. And the way how they made the camera look, it's the cameras, man. They made the camera look like he was all dejected, like it was just over for him. Like this only game one. So, this hard, man. He liable to come up and light that shit up for 50 on you. So, I ain't going to hold too much weight on him. We going to see how game 3 go. But he going to have to start turning it around in the playoffs a little bit more, like especially getting into his older age. Which in the older age, you start to slow down a little bit more. And then that's what I think, he really want to do, playing the point. He get to do what he want. But I think Spider need to make a concerted effort to say, you know what? I'm going to take this shit over. This is my team. I was here before. I wasn't here that long, but I was here before everybody. I'm going to take this shit over, and we're going to win, man. Because them boys, they tough. They ain't just easy like that. Cunningham and them, they ain't going to just, give it to you for real. They play B, they smack niggas, elbow niggas, hold you, and shit. You got to love them. But I'm going to go with the beard, man. But they can't go down 2-0. They can't go down 2-0, man. They home. The Pistons are home, so, they got home field. They got still one. But, maybe, I'm not a fan of being 0-2, going home 0-2. Even though you're going home, I'm not a fan of that. You feel me? That can backfire. You feel me? They can still, then you're in trouble. So, but, we're going to see. 0-3. They already 0-2 now. We're going to see, exactly. No, they 1-0. It's 1-0. We're going to see how exactly, it turn around. If it turn around for them, hopefully, they can light it up a little bit. I fuck with Harden, man. I'm a Harden fan, man. This Lakers and Thunder series, I try to be as respectful as possible. This shit is over, man. It ain't nothing they can do with them boys, man. Everybody out there looking like some bums. Like, this is the team that they put together that they thought was going to be that team. Like, without Luka, man, they're going to be looking like some shit for years to come. I ain't going to lie. I wasn't really seeing it, but I guess I can understand, last year, whatever, saying that, maybe LeBron will want to go to Cleveland. But right here, from what I see, ain't no way he want to stay with these niggas. This shit looks ugly, man. If y'all have Luka, it's ugly. The other white boy Reeves, he ain't giving you nothing. All these other niggas, they ain't giving you nothing. This shit is ugly. It ain't gonna be nothing they can do. Ain't gonna be no way they can withstand the rain. And these was the 4th seed. Man, they had Luka for the most part of the season, so that was more than likely what it was like. But, man, they gonna have to come up with something, because this all Luka can't be the answer. Because, I think Luka would be in a little bit better position. Like, I think Luka without LeBron is a better type of situation, but LeBron holding them together right now. But y'all can't expect a nigga 55 years old to lead the team against these young dogs. These niggas ain't just young. They young, hungry. They don't got no water in their bowl. They ain't been walked today. Nigga, the little kid keep kicking the gate. They gonna bite somebody, man. They them type of dogs. They gonna bite somebody. And that's why I can't wait to get back to see these niggas. Cause us beating them is us really conquering. Yeah, we conquered the NBA. We gonna go be the champions. Then we fuck around, gotta play somebody like the Pistons or somebody like the Sixers, man. I think it's gonna be the Pistons and the Sixers. Then I think I like the Sixers to get over them. But, I don't know, man. This shit, it be up and down, man. It ain't easy to judge this shit. I don't know how they do it with Vegas, man. I don't know how they do it. But, I know they take their time and do it, but it's tough, man, calling these games and all these teams and who gonna win and, because you never know what these niggas gonna bring every night. Like, you think nigga coming to play tonight, nigga get out there and can't hit shit. You feel me? You think a nigga gonna lock in tonight, nigga get out there, nigga giving his ass buckets. So, it's tricky. Only thing I know is T Wolves. That's the only thing I know and care about. T Wolves getting past this Western Conference Finals, getting to a chip and going in and knocking whoever off, man. That's all I care about. So until that happens, you're gonna keep seeing me on here, and we're gonna keep on wishful thinking and praying and hoping that do happen, man. Long live Big Furrows. We out tonight. I'm gonna see y'all on the next episode of Wednesday Night Heat. Chicken Yo Hero.